James Gunn. He said, hey, cut it out. We're not doing this stuff anymore with the yelling about the flying and whatnot and all that stuff. Stop this. That's what he said, some way or another. So that movie, hyped up. People want to see it. A movie that people were having questions about is Captain America, Brave New World. Well, Anthony Mackie said some stuff is it going to hurt it? Is it going to help it? I don't know. What say you guys? Not sure. I had some background stuff on my computer that was working just fine before. Not working at all right now. I wonder why that is. Don't know. Anyway, we have other things to discuss. We have the Sinners trailer that hit. We have other things that we're going to just laugh and laugh and laugh about. So it's myself and Roxanne Stryer. Roxy's trying to beat Roka today. See if she can do it. It's the show. Here we go. Now you know. All right. Yep. That's not me stalling to find the intro. I swear. Just me looking for stuff. Just me talking about things. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Mustard.
Exactly. Still can't find it. Perfect. Yep. Welcome back, one and all, to the show that you know. It's myself, Roxanne Stryer. Hello, Roxy. How are you?
Kristian,
Yes.
You muted me for laughing?
No, not for laughing. It's just this background noise. I always mute the people on the other side of it when I'm doing the intro.
I started laughing and it said the host has muted you, and I was like, I didn't know he was the laugh police.
No, not the laugh police. I just every intro. It's really not. Your stuff isn't too noisy, but like it's like for some Winston and Coy like banging on pots and pans when the intro's going on, and it's just like it's
sometimes my AC or my heat or something.
Yeah,
no, it's still,
so just in case.
Still, do you? Never mind. I was sidetracked us too much. I was about to take you on a wild tangent.
Where you got something? What? Just you start, and I'll decide if I want to go down the road.
I don't think you do. It's about hair.
Oh no! All right.
I didn't think you did.
No.
Maybe the people do. The people might speak and say that they really want to know the wild tangent about hair.
Of course, they're gonna say yes now. But you want to hear what the Roka comment is? I mean, the Roka record is right
Where's
now.
Your head?
Huh?
Where's your head today?
I don't know.
Do you want to know what the Roka comment is?
You want to know what the Roka comment? My daughter said, what did she say? Something. She's been the stuff that's coming out of that kid's mouth. She really is. I am going to teach her, the 7-year-old. I'm going to teach her how to become a stand-up comedian. I really am.
You've been saying that for years.
But her timing is, and she doesn't even try. Like my oldest can be funny, and she writes, and she can think of something, and she can deliver. Like she gave a speech at my brother's wedding that was really good. The little one's just funny. Like she's just naturally funny. She was over her friend's house, and we were like, Maisie, what'd you do at your friend's house? And she's like, I don't know. And then my wife goes, Maisie, what'd you do at your friend's house? What'd you do? She's like, I don't know, Mom. She's like, what'd you do? I don't know. She goes, unspeakable crimes. She's 7. Unspeakable crimes. She says.
That is very funny.
We're driving in the car, and she's like, we have to get back to the dog. The dog, I tell you, is what she says. It's just losing it.
That's amazing.
She's hilarious, and
It makes sense though that Vivi speaks well. Like gave that speak because she's so well read. So it's like you got different kids.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's cool that you're acknowledging their strengths.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's hilarious. It's not hilarious.
What?
The internet. Sometimes
what happened?
No, the James Gunn stuff.
I thought you meant my internet connection. I thought we were having a mic moment.
No, you look all right.
The internet people.
No,
people
you look
on the internet. This Superman can fly thing is actually driving me up a wall.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It's driving me up a wall.
There's a new controversy today that will take over that, but we're gonna start with this one, and that of course is this Superman story. He's flying around the joint on a TV spot, and people, looking for reasons to not like the movie have found it. And this time it's because his face looks weird, I guess. So yesterday's new TV spot for James Gunn's Superman came under criticism for a single shot. The ending scene, which focused on David Cornsworth's face as he flies over the Arctic locale. The VFX shot has been ridiculed online, with everyone seeming to agree it's off, but no one quite settled on the reason why. For some reason, it's the expression on the actor's face or the position of one of his eyes. For others, it's the way his hair moves. I can't believe that that's actually a sentence I had to read out loud. Or the slight fisheye lens nature to the shot, which makes Superman's head slightly out of proportion to his body. The reaction has been so intense, it has drawn a response from Gunn himself, who says on Threads that zero CG was used on Cornsworth's face in the shot, and it's likely the use of a wide-angle lens up close that is throwing people off. He said there's absolutely zero CG in his mother effing face. People's faces can look different when you put a wide-angle lens up close. That background plate in Sflablard is 100% real, as is David. The shot has already generated a bunch of memes, which only has stirred anticipation for the film. Also stars Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, Skylar Zondo as Jimmy Olsen, and more. Superman will be released worldwide in cinemas July 11th, 2025. Silly, because look, if it looks goofy in the movie and it takes you out of the scene, well, then that's on them. That's on them. TV spot. It's a TV spot for 2 seconds. You get to see the guys fly. If it look, you're allowed to say, I don't like the way it looks. 100%. If you think the movie is doomed because of it, that's ridiculous.
You're not allowed to say, I don't like how much CGI they used on this.
That's true. If the answer was they're not using CGI.
Which was extremely obvious if you looked at it. This was the most, I feel so disconnected from the internet and people who have decided that they hate things before they happen, because there are people, I have to believe that this is Snyderverse related, that there are people who just so badly don't want the James Gunn DC to succeed that they are looking for anything to hate and to make up that this looks horrible, because it doesn't. I have eyes, so I know it doesn't look horrible. But you are right, Kristian. Some people don't like the color purple. I know that the color purple is a great color, but some people don't like it. I don't mean the movie. I mean, literally some people don't like the color brown. Some people don't like the color green. People have opinions in life. You're allowed to have an opinion, but you can't state an opinion based on fact and have it still be an opinion. I don't like the way this looks because all the CGI that was used. That's false. That's not accurate. Right. You made that up. You crazy person. It just doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't look that way. So This was driving me nuts. I was like, I want one friend, because I didn't find one of my friends. All of us are on the same page. I want one friend to tell me that this doesn't look good and it's way too much CGI, so that I can say to them, I actually don't think we live in the same reality. I don't want to be your friend anymore.
I'll give you a part of that. I don't think it looks great. I don't think it looks great.
That is not what I said. That's not part of it.
Okay.
That's not part of it.
But I also don't think it is a dooming thing, and I don't think it looks like CGI, and I don't think it is. I think it looks a little weird, but it's 2
seconds of it.
It's 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds while he's flying around, and I still think you see in the greater area of how it's actually going to look once it's on. Then you judge, and then if he says, "Look, it might be that lens," I believe that. Why not?
Sure, you're allowed to not like a lens choice. You are allowed to think that looked strange, or to say, okay, I don't like his movement. I didn't like the way that he was flying. I don't like this man's face. You're allowed to not like his face.
That's
you aren't allowed to not like this because there's too much CGI.
Yeah, you can. And even if you initially said that, I'll push back a little bit of you can't say that because it doesn't look like it. Maybe to somebody that it did, and you can ask the question and say, hey, it looks like a lot of CGI. And then the director goes, it's not CGI.
Nobody did that. Nobody did that. Not one person said, I have a question.
Right. I'm just saying that if you did, you did, that would be the way to go.
Sure. That would if you were kind about it and you were like, I don't love the way this looks. Perhaps it's because there's CGI. Was there?
Right.
Sure. You're not on my train.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Imagine
to mute me.
I
You're
know.
trying to
I know.
silence
I'm
me?
trying to silence you. Imagine if you and I were talking about this in general. And I said, Roxy, what'd you think about that spot? And you're like, I like the spot. And I said, let me ask you a question. Do you think that they use CGI? And you go, not really. And I'm like, oh, it looked a little CGI to me. I'm nothing wrong for saying that.
Normal person.
Right.
Normal person. To me, it didn't look that way at all because I maybe like I'm in the industry. But of course, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes people say, we're talking about movies and they're like, yeah, that was a green screen. And I know it wasn't a green screen. Or they'll say something to that extent. That happens sometimes. I'm not saying that sounded like an elitist perspective. I don't mean like because I'm in the industry. I just meant when I saw this, it was very clear to me this was not CGI. The second it came out, before he said anything, I was like, wow, that's really weird that the entire internet has made up this lie about this because it's not CGI. It looks like they're using a strange wind tunnel to me. Like it does look like his face is being because of movement.
Yeah, right.
But no, I thought that it looked totally fine. Like it's 2 seconds. The people were like using CGI move. I told you guys the movie is going to be horrible.
Right. And I do think, look, I do think that there is a mixture of people that are just that want it to do bad and finding ways. Look, see, this is a Superman that you wanted. Look at that now. He looks weird. He looks weird. And it's like, well,
everybody and the internet doesn't listen. You guys are literally so like cringe. It is crazy. Roxy's complaining about the same thing. Doing the same thing she's complaining about. She's mad at people for hating the weird face. Did you not listen to a word I said? Did you not?
I'm taking I'm saying that even the other day, what I did the same thing. There are tons of people in here right now that agree with you.
No, I see. A lot of people in here are amazing, and I always say that.
Don't even focus. I did that yesterday, and
there's a few of them that. But this always happens, Kristian, where it's like listen to people, listen to their takes. Not
I had that whole thing with the Oscars. I had the whole thing with the Oscars the other day with people like.
I don't know what happened.
Oh my god, it was like a whole thing. There was people made Reddit threads about it and other things. I don't. You know me. I'm not a big fan of the Oscars. I think they're ridiculous. I think that the movies nowadays are not the public that are going to see these movies are not aware of most of the movies that are out there and being nominated. And I said there should be more awareness of these films to the general public who are asking to see these movies and asking to watch your award show. And people said, well, what do you want it to be? The MTV Movie Awards? You want it to be a popular thing? And you want to be popular? It's not about popular, you idiot. And I'm like, no one said that. No one said that. No one said anything about popular movie. They said awareness. The difference.
So frustrating that people can just claim you've said something and then that's truth. It's like, I didn't do that though.
No, that's the whole. They don't listen. They don't listen. They make their own narrative of how they want to argue.
You're right. The vast majority of people do listen.
No, I had a lot of people in here
are normal humans who listen and are like, oh, I heard what you just said, Roxy. I heard what you said, Kristian. I hear what you say, James Gunn. There's no CGI. Why would you lie about that?
It wouldn't be the internet because people would be allowed to, yell and scream. Anyway, so the thing is, the Superman footage, the Superman controversy, if you will have no effect on this movie. None. As far as box office. Now, I'm curious if you believe that this recent story with Anthony Mackie will have an effect on Captain America. Do you know what's going on here?
No.
Just happened today. Anthony Mackie, Captain America comments spark conservative boycott. So, Captain America's actor Anthony Mackie is facing backlash from conservatives, many of whom are calling for a boycott of the new Marvel film. The anger towards Mackie. Stop this.
What?
Nothing. The anger towards Mackie comes after a clip was shared online of him speaking during a recent promotional event in Rome for the upcoming Captain America Brave New World movie. Mackie said his character represents a lot of different things, and I don't think that the term America should be one. Why it matters. Celebrities are often accused of being woke for expressing progressive ideals, which has resulted in some stars being condemned by conservative users of social media. On Monday, actress Selena Gomez faced pushback from supporters of President Trump after she shared a tear-filled video over the president's new deportation policies. She subsequently deleted the video after many called her out over the message. What to know? During the promotional event in Italy, 46-year-old Anthony Mackie and Captain America says it's about a man who keeps his word who has honor, dignity, and integrity, someone who is trustworthy and dependable. But he specified that he did not think the superhero was reflective of America overall, saying his character represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one. By Tuesday, the clip had gone viral on social media and others. Okay, so who wants to go first here? Do you want to go first? Because I don't know where we're going to land on this one together. I don't know. We could end up on the same page. I don't know.
Are you asking me? What are you asking me?
I'm asking, would you like to give your opinion on this first, or would you like me to do it?
What kind of opinion are you asking for? The question was,
do you think that he should have made? I'll make it very easy. The first question: do you think he should have made these comments while promoting this movie?
Do I think he should have?
Do you think these are the comments that he should have made while promoting this movie?
I think you're allowed to make any comments.
Not allowed. Not allowed. Loud is different. I didn't say should he be allowed to. I said, do you think that this choice of words should have been the words to use while promoting Captain America?
I kind of want to hear it. Like, was he giggling or was he?
No, I saw the clip.
Heard it?
Yeah, he said it how it reads, and he said it represents a lot of things, but I don't think it should represent the term America. Is kind of what he said.
But the term America, I guess I really don't understand the quote. America's a place, so it doesn't represent America. I think what he's trying to say is that he's disappointed in this country and his character doesn't represent the parts of this country he doesn't like.
I think that's the way people read it.
I think that's what he was trying to say. I'm not quite clear on it. And if that is what he's trying to say, I wonder if he has a total grip on the character, because this is like an inspirational, aspirational, fictional world. I understand that it is America, but this is a world of hope and heroes, which obviously don't exist on our planet. So no, I wouldn't have phrased it like this. And if I'm taking it the way that he implied it, no, I don't think it's good promotion for the movie.
I'm with you 100%. I just think that
I also don't feel like I'm hearing something for the first time on air.
Sure.
I'm certainly not trying to, I know you get mad, but deflect per a comment.
No, I don't think you're deflecting.
No. Do I think it's the worst thing anybody's ever said promoting a movie?
No, but I just don't think, I think that it's the same thing that I've talked about a million times over. When you're promoting a movie, especially this movie, which probably costs an upward, they say 180. No way. But let's say it cost 180 without marketing. So let's say for argument's sake, this movie with marketing and everything else costs close to $300 million. Let's just say that $300 million. Every star promoting it, the director, anyone has to be aware of everyone that you are promoting the movie to, which is everyone in a big budget movie like this. It is. It's just whatever your politics are, you have to look at it this way, because you're making a movie for everyone at that scale. Unless you think, okay, we're just targeting it towards one group of people. We're going to target it to that group of people, and we're okay with X amount of people seeing it, so we can cover this amount of money, right? If you're making a movie at that scale, you got to be careful at everything you say, because your words, even if you meant to say it one way, but you say it this way, it's going to be used against you, and it could hurt the film. The movie's already people aren't excited about it. There's not a lot of excitement around it. It's not as heavily promoted or talked about, rather, around the fan base. And now you're going to have people making videos about it, and you're going to have people talking about it in a way that is like, now it's going to be weaponized against you, because of what you meant to say was not what you said, and you said it in a way that now as you said, Captain America did when created, and granted, it's not Steve Rogers, it's a different character, represented America. It did. Now, the ideals of what America was in 1945 to today are drastically different, and there's no doubt, but it doesn't take away from that. That's how people associate it with. So I think it was a bad choice of words, and I do think that PR is a massive problem at Disney. It has been, and we've talked about that many times. They don't really do a great job promoting, whether it's there's tons of people that have either said things, not said things, and you're like, who's doing the PR over there?
I think that, like, as I'm sitting thinking about it, I don't think this is a big deal at all. So I do understand. Do I think it's perfect? No. Do I think it's really probably difficult to do your job after after the week that I'm guessing he feels he's had, because that was this week, Kristian?
I think it was the other day, and then it happened.
Okay. So
today.
just for a second, my opinions aside, your opinions aside,
Yeah.
sounds to me like Anthony Mackie's not stoked with an inauguration. Sounds to me like that is part of what he's believing to be not America-like. That's what you would take from this, right? The most recent America, our president, the state of America is not for him right now. And he's being asked questions, and he wants to be true to himself and how he feels. And he didn't say anything that I think is like wildly offensive or shots fired, but I would hope that he is like the hero that we need, instead of not wanting to be associated with America, which is quite literally the role.
And the other thing too, let's say, Roxy, that you were right, that is what he was implying, right?
Yeah,
but that's not the America that is in the MCU.
I know.
That's a different. There's a different president. Harrison Ford is the president in this MCU. Is it the same? Is it the like? I don't know what it's like there, and I don't live in the MCU's America.
I agree with that, Kristian. Yeah. I just think if you're coming off of a week in which you are feeling politically charged as a human, and you're asked a lot of questions on a press tour, and you are continuing to talk about America, America, is this the worst thing that he could have said? No, certainly not. But did this get me excited for the movie, which is the point of a press tour? No part of this makes me be like, hell yeah. And nothing for nothing. It's no secret to anybody. I'm probably pretty politically aligned with him, but it still doesn't get me excited for it. So that's
the message. Sorry, Roxy, but that's exactly right. What you just said there. It's just that I think there's a time and a place. If you're promoting this movie, you just have to be aware that you're promoting it to everyone, and you have to think. And I hate it. I hate that you have to think this way on any time with the way the world works today. It's like, what I'm saying right now, is that going to be offensive to anybody that's going to come see this? And is it the worst, most offensive thing? No, but look at the way you just talked about Superman. Flying with a face offended a bunch of people who they started tweeting. A guy flying with his eyes in a way and hair going, and they found a way. And now you're saying about a country that maybe you don't love the representation of the country that it is. There are tons of people out there, whether you agree or not, that feel the exact opposite as you do. And those are the people you want to right. And exactly. And those are the people that you want to see your movie.
Yeah.
And if you're saying that to them, they're like, well, wait a minute. Isn't your character supposed to represent what I love? And you're saying that it doesn't? Why do I want to support your movie? It's like, so it's the PR and the training there is just god awful.
Well, we don't know. They might have said to him, under no circumstances bring up anything to do with this. And he might have said, I don't care what you guys are saying. I think it's very difficult, no matter what your political beliefs are, to not have them be involved in entertainment in any way, because entertainment is so political,
Right. Yes, of course.
So I think that it's not like I've heard Anthony Mackie say 1,000 things every time. He's not one of the people that we've spoken about where it's every week. It's
you're like,
different.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he didn't. I don't want to say this like it's not a problem, but I don't know that he did this intentionally.
I don't think he did it intentionally.
He hears the question and then he's talking and he's exhausted. Again, I guess I'm not trying to. I don't know what happened.
No, but there is a bubble sometimes. I think that in the same way where you look at when they joked about it on was it Saturday Night Live? I think they joked about it on Saturday Night Live. No, they joked about it. Nikki Glaser joked about it on Golden Globes when they're talking about like how celebrities do live in this world where they think that their impact is maybe bigger than it is. And so when you're talking about it, you're like, oh, everybody wants to hear this. This is what everybody feels. And it's like, it's not what everybody feels. And you're out there, your circle of friends, it very well might be. And you can talk like that. And then he felt free enough to be able to have that conversation. He said that and went, oops. Now, the question is this, will if this movie, because we were talking about this movie not performing without this.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So who gets the blame now if this movie now doesn't do well? Because if it wouldn't have done well before these comments, you would have said like, well, the reshoots and there was no excitement about it. What was now people are going to go, Mackie shouldn't open his mouth, which is, I think, unfair, but people are going to say that.
I don't know. I mean, people are going to say whatever, but
yeah,
I don't think this will have anything to do with it. I think the people who probably already weren't going to see this movie because of whatever their beliefs are probably still aren't going to see this. I wonder if there's a single person on the planet who heard this and was like, I am now not seeing this.
I mean, there's tons of people that are writing that and saying that.
They're claiming that.
They're claiming that. They're seeing a lot. I mean, that literally the article was that people are calling for a boycott of it. Now, I don't know.
I think that's so stupid, but you're allowed to put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
And if you don't like what somebody does or says, you are certainly, as you know, I didn't go and see Flight Risk this weekend. Right. I'm allowed to put my money where my mouth is.
Of course. Right.
And the studios are allowed to make the movies they want to make. And 100%. We're allowed to respond. So, I don't have any issues with anybody seeing or not seeing something because it does or does not align with them.
Right.
But I do think that the people were like, well, I was going to see this until he said that thing about America. And now I'm not.
Right.
I think it's very unlikely that that's really what happened.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Either way, we're going to find out. Someone said they would bet money that this movie still makes money. I wouldn't bet that. I wouldn't bet that because you don't have the real number of what this movie's budget really was. You might lose a.
Think it will?
If it's okay. So if this fake budget of the 180 that they say it is, maybe, yes, you could potentially still make money on this Valentine's Day weekend, first release in MCU since Deadpool and Wolverine. It's Captain America. So yeah, I think it could probably wind up making $500-600 million. I do not believe the 180 report, especially when the many collaborator reports say that this movie has essentially been shot twice, that the first movie, the budget was close to whatever it was, 150. Then they reshot it again for like another 100, 150, whatever it was, close to 350 right there, plus marketing. There's no way. There's no world where that movie costs 180. I'd like to know, like, once you're going to get a report eventually. So I would not, for the person that I have 80,000 in my account, I would bet it all on this. That they would make money.
So you'll
no. The reporter had a claim that it was 180 million. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense one movie without the reshoots, like a typical movie from Marvel costs now like between 150 to 200 million dollars. A typical movie, not ones with extensive reshoots, full movie reshoots.
I think that it's really hard to predict this movie because we don't know who is and who is not going to show up for it. If what this movie does is gets the Marvel audience and also gets the audience of people who are so excited to have a Black Captain America for the first time, which, I think is very possible that it keeps the Marvel audience, and it also brings in people who maybe aren't necessarily Marvel fans, but think that this is really unbelievably cool, which I think it's really unbelievably cool. Then this movie has a chance to really perform.
Right.
But if the first reviews start to come out about this, that it is not good, and then they don't get the Marvel audience, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess we'll see. But this movie has the potential to absolutely dominate the box office. Yeah. But it's true. It also could really not.
Yes. Someone asked, why would they lie about the budget? First of all, they didn't announce the budget. It was reported on. And why would they lie about the budget? Because they don't want you to know that it costs $400 million. So then it looks like a loss right out the gate when it doesn't make the movie up top, because that's what people will talk about. Why? I mean, people lie about why would they lie about the budget? That's not a real question. People,
why
haven't stopped spending? They lie about the budgets all the damn time, hoping people aren't going to get the reports.
They haven't finished the budget. They're still working.
It's not a budget. Yeah, it's not a reported budget yet. So why would they lie about it? I mean, there's tons of reasons why they would lie about it. Plus the fact it wasn't even reported on. It wasn't even announced by them. It was reported by a trade that I don't even think had all the information.
If this was $400,000, I don't know that it was, but just say that with marketing, the budget and with marketing, it's $400,000. That's so tough.
I know. Well, that's why I said, I don't think they're trying to make money on this. I think because like someone even wrote like, okay, let's say the highest budget that we could possibly imagine for this to be, if they shot 2 movies at 200 apiece, is a $400 million plus marketing at about 150. You're looking at, you have to make $1 billion for this thing to basically break even, right? But let's be nice, and let's say that this movie with reshoots and everything cost $250 million. Let's say that with marketing, we'll say 350 to, let's say it's 400. So let's say it needs to make $800 million. It won't. So let's say it loses money. Let's say it makes $600 million. Okay.
You don't think there is any world in which this makes $800 million?
No world. Not in February. Not with the lack of excitement around this thing. No way. So if this movie makes 650 and it needed 8 to make money, right? If I'm Marvel and I've spent that much money on 2 movies, basically, I'm going, okay, look, we made 650. We put as much back as we can, and guess what? The reviews are pretty good. They like it. We have goodwill. We'll move on to the next one. We got some money that we took a loss, but we're going to make some money in Thunderbolts. Fantastic Four. People are hyped about it. Daredevil, they love. Let's keep moving. Like that would be for me the silver lining. Like, look, the goodwill is back. If you can get the goodwill and lose some money because you have it, then you have that capital to spend.
Do you think that it's possible that what we were talking about earlier about the circles that we keep kind of dictating our view on the world, that this, when we talk about excitement here not being high, that might be in the circle that you keep as opposed to in the critic circle as opposed to the general audience?
You're not really hearing the general audience talking about this movie too much either. It's like there's not a lot of, it doesn't seem to be, you can feel when the general audience is pumped up about something.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just asking, is it possible that?
Sure. Absolutely. I don't think it's possible for this movie, but in general, yeah. In general, yeah. I don't think it's possible for this movie. I don't think it, you can just feel it sometimes when there's a lot of buzz around some stuff. You just feel like people are talking about it. Like, even like, when I hear people who are, that I talk to, that just are general moviegoers or around my friends, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think about this movie? This one, I heard about this." Someone said to me recently, one of my friends, "I heard there's a new Jurassic World movie coming." I haven't heard anybody ask me about Captain America. No one even knows. I don't even know. A lot of people know it's coming out yet.
I'm really excited for this movie until somebody tells me otherwise. Like, I don't know anybody who's seen it yet.
Yeah.
And once I do, that's going to really weigh
I'm
on.
excited for it too. I want to see Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. I want to see how they continue on. It looks like a political thriller. I like when they did that last time. I hope it's great.
I'm one of the only people that I actually know with the critics. Not that I'm a critic, but that watched the trailer, and it didn't particularly work for me. I didn't hate it, but I was like, but I'm excited to see what they do with this. I really don't know where they're going, and I'm definitely going to see it. I hope that this movie does well. It's hard based on our conversation.
It's tracking also. It's also and also look at, like, so the reason when you asked me beforehand, you said, do I think is any way it makes 800? And I said no, definitively, because it's tracking it only in 4 days. It's only tracking for like 100 million or something like that, or some 120, something low. It's for 4 days on that weekend. That is not a tracking number to get to 800, considering there's going to be other things coming out in the following weeks. And yeah, it's going to be tough.
What do you think about the release date?
I think it's necessary. I understand why they did it, because I think they have more confidence in Thunderbolts. Because I feel like Thunderbolts probably could have been released in February, and they could have put it, but it's also Black History Month. So it makes sense that they would put Captain America with Anthony Mackie as the lead in February. I think that makes a lot of sense. And probably what they're hoping to help boost the revenue for the weekend too. So I think I understand the strategy behind it.
How do Valentine's Day movies typically do?
I mean, it's changed so dramatically over the course of the years. It depends on if people want to go check out the movies. And again, I don't know what the statistics are and how Valentine's Day movies have been,
Right.
because it used to be, hey, let's go see the latest Sandra Bullock movie. That doesn't happen
totally.
anymore.
That's why I'm curious if this is aligned with that,
And Deadpool, people are pointing out Deadpool came out on Valentine's Day and crushed. So
yeah, but there's a big love storyline in Deadpool.
There is for sure.
Is there that in this?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Love, shipper ships.
Well, listen, there's a lot. We had a good conversation there, and we got more to discuss. Before we do it, I've told you guys many times over that you are responsible for the reason that we have been on the air for as long as we have. You guys have supported us, whether it's comments, liking, and getting our wonderful sponsors. I got 3 of them that are just wonderful, and you're going to dig them. Check it out.
Coffee. And it's Christmas time for me because Trade Coffee is back. I love Trade Coffee, and I've been using Trade Coffee forever since they were on the show last time, and they're back again. For people who make coffee at home, it only takes a minute to transform your coffee routine forever, because that's from our buddies over at Trade. Because with Trade, you discover the secret to making amazing coffee. It's starting with coffee beans, and they match it to your taste, roast it to order, and they deliver it directly from America's top small batch roasters. That's what I dig. It's a coffee subscription, which is the best. So no matter how you brew or what coffee you make, getting coffee from Trade is the easiest way to instantly upgrade your at-home coffee experience. It is the #1 subscription coffee in the U.S., bringing you fresh coffee from over 50 of the country's top small batch roasters. You take their quiz, and in a minute or less, they match you with the perfect coffee. If that first bag is not right, no problem. Trade is going to replace it until they nail it. It's so good. I've been using Trade forever. Koi Jandro is going to be super pumped to hear that they're back also.
Oh my God. The last thing I needs is coffee.
He loves it. He loves it. And I'm telling you, I won't, it's like the, that smell when you woke up as a kid and you just smell the coffee in the house. That's what it reminds me of for Trade. So don't settle for okay coffee. Head to drinktrade.com/big thing. You're going to receive up to 3 bags for free. Drinktrade.com/big thing to get up to 3 bags for free with any new subscription. Go and get yourself some Trade. I'm telling you, that is the best. I can't even tell you how many times I've told you about AG1. AG1 is the best. It is part of my routine every single day. I absolutely love it. This new year just started. You got to try AG1 for yourself. It is the perfect time to start a new healthy habit. I've been partnered with AG1 forever. I mean, for as long as I've started this show, they've been with us. You guys know that. AG1 is offering new subscribers free $76 gift when you sign up. You get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. You got to make sure you go to drinkag1.com/big thing to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/big thing. And you start your new year out on a healthier note. If you want to set some new year goals, for me, that's what I did, and I'm already feeling good. I get some good energy on it. It makes me feel healthy, and AG1 supports that. When I drink AG1 in the morning, I know I'm starting my day off right. I get good sleep quality. It is the best. So make sure you go and you check it out. You are going to appreciate it. I promise.
And let's talk about it. I've talked to you guys before in the past about Robinhood. You guys know, you've heard me discuss. Well, I'm going to discuss with you once again. With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash-in non-retirement accounts. It's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. Now, to receive your 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year. From First match must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. You got to go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rates claim is based on the data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC. So thank you to Robinhood here for.
All right. Thank you to Robinhood AG1. Of course, Trade Coffee. Oh, my God. I'm so happy that Trade Coffee is back. I love me some Trade Coffee. So good. Roxy.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Was it Roka's voice I could hear throughout? Like,
we did that on Monday. So what I like to do is I like to do the reads on Monday, and then I put some music to them, and we do the for the week I put the ads out there.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a
good voice.
Who? Roka?
Roka, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So we have we talked about like awareness. You were asking me beforehand about the public bubble and all that stuff. One of the ways to get awareness is through the Super Bowl commercials, right?
For sure.
And we have a rumor of what's coming out right now. Fantastic Four, which we thought. Mission Impossible 8, which we thought. F4? That we didn't know. What's F4? Is that Fantastic? Oh, Fantastic Four, yes. Mission Impossible 8. Yeah. Jurassic. And
Are you good, dude?
I don't know. I thought it was Fast and Furious for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
You're going back in time.
I'm all over this. And you're at 24 questions, by the way. You got to beat Roka at 70 something. I think you can do it.
Wait.
What?
You think I can do it with that? I feel like we got to pick up speed.
Listen, let me tell you something. What I've been noticing is the questions that are coming, that if you have a certain amount by the time you get to the question section, seems to look, last week, Steph proved every one of you wrong.
No, I told you Thursday and Friday.
You did. But everyone else said that Friday, they're unbeatable. You can't be, although they almost beat Steph too. But Steph had 24 or 25 questions going into the question section to beat 100 and whatever the hell you guys had 106 she had to beat. And right as she was signing off, when she was signing off, I think everything
started coming in. She
had like 30 questions or something when we were signing off, and then she wound up getting 120 something. So you're at 25 right now. I think that's really good.
The thing about her is that, like I've always said, she's just the most, you can root for her so easy, but you just want to see that girl win all the time. There's something about her that like, I want you to win energy.
Yeah. Well, she won on Thursday. Mike's jumping ship again. He's going to be back on Thursday because he wants to try to win with Steph now, I think. So
I get it.
He's jumping ship. And then
in the dust, and I understand. It'd be cool to prove Mikey wrong on this. Let's make him eat his words for doing that.
That would be great. I'd love to see you get to like 200 to beat everybody this week.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, this year's Super Bowl. Yeah, the Super Bowl. That's a very different show. Very different show, but hey, Super Bowl probably has better ratings and is probably more legit than the NFL. This year's Super Bowl is less. Are we allowed to say that now? We don't have to say the big game. Stupid. Is less than 2 weeks away. But a list of films rumored to have commercials appear during the big game, eat a dick, has emerged and suggests at least 1 or 2 big reveals that are coming. The 2025 Super Bowl will take place at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans at February 9th. Longtime industry scooper, Cryptic HD Quality from Comic Book Movie has come up with a list of films expected to have spots during the Super Bowl. Now, not included is Superman, which is already confirmed to have something take place during the Puppy Bowl. Of those set to get first looks, the biggest ones, if true, will be the first glimpses of the Fantastic Four, Jurassic World Rebirth. Neither film has released any footage at this point, only images, with both set to be some of the biggest films of the summer. Also pretty big, if true, are new spots for Paramount's Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and F1. Less exciting would be Lilo and Stitch and Thunderbolts. Also, I've had a bunch of trailers so far. Scooper adds that a lot of trailers I've been testing these past 2 weeks, and even today suggests a flood of new ones are incoming as marketing for their summer films are about to gear up. I don't think there's any surprises here, Rox. I think there's a lot of stuff there that we kind of assumed. Mm-hmm. I would be kind of shocked if those that were announced, that were speculated on were not shown. I think that's the way to go if you want to get some more awareness on it. What do you think?
Well, let me ask you, what do you do for the Super Bowl?
I mean, what we've been doing recently is the kids like they don't watch the game, but the kids like to have the feeling and have a bunch of chips and crappy food and watch the commercials and the halftime show, and we do that. Now, I was saying because I don't know if I've ever cared less about two teams playing in the Super Bowl than these two teams. So what I'm going to be doing is literally just watching commercials. And then when it comes to the trailer, now I'll go shoot a video for it. I'll be working.
So last year I watched at a friend's house, which is always the perfect way.
Which friend? Do I know the friend?
No, I don't think so. There was like 40 of us. It was really fun.
How many? Which out of the 40? Do I know the 40?
I don't think you knew any of the 40.
Fine.
But the year prior to that, or the 3 years prior to that, I watched at a bar. Okay. When the Patriots are playing, you can't watch it at a bar. You have to watch it at home for me. But other than that, I've watched at a bar because that's where my friends have gone.
Okay.
And I fucking hate that you cannot hear the commercials. It sucks.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
It absolutely sucks.
That's why I like watching at home. Yeah.
100%. Me too.
Yeah.
But you don't want to watch the Super Bowl by yourself. So if you're me, you have to leave your house if you're going to watch the Super Bowl. Right. And so you go where your friends are going. And so I get super bummed because I feel like I miss a lot of the trailers until I'm able to run to the bathroom and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Even the halftime performances are harder to see. So I do wonder how because a lot of times Super Bowl ads drop the day before, 2 days before. We've been seeing a lot of commercials do that. I'm curious if the model on stuff has been changing recently, or if people still are super dedicated to watching all of the trailers this way.
It's so funny though, because like now hearing you talk about that, I'm trying to think like the last 12 years at least has been a work day for me on Super Bowl Sunday because of the trailers. Like even when Ellis and I used to go, he did a Super Bowl party at his house one year, but it wasn't necessarily, we didn't do it where it was like reactions back then. We watched the trailer and did a trailer discussion is what we did back then. And so we would watch the trailer, upload it, put it up there, do that. And we did that for quite a long time. And then and I've been doing that for any channel that I've been on. It's been work stuff. So yeah, we'd have to be able to listen to it and pay attention to it. I remember one year, where did we go? Or some house, and it was so noisy, we hated it. We got the two of us. I
hate that because we're fans, so you want to watch, and then you're also fans of the content. You want to watch the whole thing. Yeah,
it was so loud, and people were talking through it. Ellis turns into a 90-year-old man at that point. I think you know what it was. It was Roger Craig Smith. He had a party at his house, and he's such a great dude. And it was just there were a lot of people there. There were a lot of people at his house. We were there, and we were sitting there together, and there were people right next to Ellis talking very loudly, and he was getting furious. He didn't say anything, obviously, because he's just the nicest person.
Quiver or no?
It wasn't the lip quiver, but there was steam kind of coming out of his ears because you could tell every thought was, I want to be home right now.
Yeah,
it was every thought because he's watching the game. He was into the game and he wants to do the commercials and everything too. So anyway, so speaking of which, all those ads. We'll get them, and I think Fantastic Four will be probably the talk for sure. There's always one every year. There's always one trailer that pops, and the other one's like you'll be talking to people and saying, "Oh yeah, I thought this trailer reaction would have done well," and it eats a pile of shit. And then there's one that just crushes. And I feel like Fantastic Four will be the one that does that this year.
That crushes or that eats the pile of shit?
Crushes. Okay. I think Fantastic Four will crush.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, so that's Marvel kind of on track with Fantastic Four. And one of the shows that definitely was on track for Roxy and on track for a lot of people was Agatha All Along. And Agatha All Along was supposed to get, at least the rumor was, they were doing the second season. Now there's a rumor that they won't get a second season. So here is the report here. Broadway legend Patti LuPone has revealed that Marvel Studios' Agatha All Along won't be getting a second season. She played Lilia Calderu in the first season and appeared on the SiriusXM podcast Andy Cohen Live. Speaking about her time in the role, she recounted how showrunner Jack Schaefer revealed the fate of her character. In that exchange during production, a telling remark came while Cohen asked about a potential second season. She said, there won't be one. Jack Schaefer, the creator, came into my trailer and she said, Patty, I'm just here to tell you that Lily is going to die. And I went, but I wanted a second season. He said, I don't do second seasons. She said, they wanted me to do a second season of WandaVision, and I didn't. She said, there's too much to write, so she does one-offs, and I'm really hoping and praying that someday I get to work with her again because she's magic. Marvel and Schaefer have not responded to the comments as yet. Back in November, Schaefer was asked about a potential second season and said it was possible, but added, just right now, there's nothing I can report about that. The upcoming Vision Quest series from showrunner Terry Matalas is rumored to be the third part of a trilogy that started with WandaVision, continues in Agatha All Along. So even if the show doesn't return, the characters might. Vision Quest is headed into production this year. Roxy, you hear those comments. What do you make of those?
I don't think it matters what the title of a show is at this point. I think that we're going to see Agatha and we're going to see Billy and the way the show ends where we're moving forward and going off. I think we're going to continue that storyline somewhere else, whether that's on a show with a different title or, you know, like this, to me, this was an extension of WandaVision.
Right.
See, this is WandaVision season 2 in some ways. But, you know, they tend to call them different names, and maybe that financially makes the most sense for them. But I wasn't sitting here necessarily thinking that we were going to get something called Agatha All Along season 2.
I think the reason why people did think that is because of the comments, obviously, that were made in November, right? And there were more rumors because then it was reported at first that it didn't do well, but then compared to the budget and the ratings that it did, it did do well. So
I would love to have a better understanding, Kristian, on what does well, on what it means to do well or not do well on Disney, on streaming in general, but on Disney as well. Like, I'm confused. Yeah. You know, we hear all of the time. What was the show that I liked on the Star Wars show that nobody else liked?
Acolyte. We talked about this yesterday.
Acolyte bombed. Agatha actually did well. I want to know, and I'm not saying that that's not true. I want to know what that.
It's so funny you say that. It's funny you say that because yesterday, the report Roke and I talked about this yesterday. One of the stories that we talked about was that all of the people who love Acolyte were having this because there was a report that came out that Acolyte was the second most watched Disney Plus series of last year. And they went, see, good ratings. Why did it get canceled? It's like, but wait a minute. It said it was the second highest rated of their shows. It didn't say what the numbers were compared to the budget and everything else too. It didn't say it was a success. It said it was the second highest rated of their shows.
Right. There's such a lack of transparency. There's such a lack. And I know that was partially what was trying to be negotiated in the SAG contract. That's not transparency with the public. That's transparency with the actors. But I am curious. I guess they don't owe us anything as consumers, but when they cancel things because they say that it didn't get high viewership, but then they don't tell us what the viewership is. I don't know how these shows make money, and I don't understand what they're looking for.
Right.
So it's always hard to know what's going to get a second season and what's going to get canceled. Netflix seems to have a very different model than Disney does, right? Netflix seems to do shows for 2 or 3 seasons, then cancel. That's what they figured out has made them money. How? Yeah. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't know how that works because even like you always got to compare like budgetary numbers with it too. Like Agatha was one of the lowest. It was the least expensive Marvel shows. I think like 80 or 90 million, or whatever it was. So you compare that to what the ratings were, and like okay, the cost equaled out. But when you have the second highest show on lower rate, they compared the rate. Like I think Tulsa King, and I'm going to butcher the numbers a little bit, but I think Tulsa King for Paramount Plus was something along the lines of 8.2 billion minutes watched for a show that did not cost the 230 plus million that Acolyte did. And Acolyte was like 2-point-something billion.
But does minutes watched equate to money?
I don't know. I know as good as you do. But I think that there's still.
But isn't that crazy that you and I do this?
We don't know. No, nobody knows. That was the whole conversation with the strike. Nobody really knows what the reason is. People can say, "Oh, that did well," and that didn't. Anyway, that's that. Speaking of TV, that's what Roxy does here, guys. Roxy does TV, and we have some good choices here today. It's funny, Roxy. My brother was asking me, what shows should I binge? And I said, you need to watch. I mean, hell, he was the person who created this segment. I said, you need to go and you need to watch Roxy's picks on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And so he did. He watched a few of them. I don't think that from last week's, I don't think there was anything that was up his speed. But I said,
think I've got one for him now.
Okay. He did watch. Well, let's start with this one. We're gonna go. I'm not gonna go in the order that you sent me. I'm gonna go backwards because one of these shows I'm actually all cut up. So let's start with this one.
You're caught up on Sex Lives of College Girls?
No, I said one of these shows I am caught up with, not this one.
Are you loving Sex Lives of College Girls?
Oh, it's the best. The absolute best.
Yeah? What was your favorite storyline this season?
I like the one with Alina and the pizza shop because I think that nobody knew that she was going to open it. And then she did. And then they said, you're crazy. Why are you putting all that money into it? You should be doing what you believe in, the math club. And she said, I'm not doing the math club. And then she just had sex in the pizza shop. I think that was great.
Yeah. The customers didn't love that. But
no. Special sauce, girl.
There is a finale for Sex Lives of College Girls, and a lot of people were confused by the end of this episode because it really felt like a series finale. This moment that you're showing is the last moment of the show where they're all like gathered around, just kind of laughing and having fun. So people are like, wait a second, is this show coming to an end? And the showrunner said something really interesting. He was like, no, I am just really tired of cliffhangers. And there's more time than ever between seasons for all these shows now. And I don't think you remember the cliffhangers. And I don't think it's as satisfying as all these other showrunners think it is. And I just wanted to end my season on a closed out note. We're coming back, but I don't like cliffhangers anymore.
Nice.
I was like, that's interesting. So it was a really satisfying finale.
Okay.
And that was cool. I also, in that picture, the girl in the bottom left, who I had said was like wildly annoying as a new character. That's pretty much who replaced Renee Rapp's character.
You like her?
She really grew on me. I really liked her.
Okay.
Yeah, she was so cute.
All right. Well, that's that show. Next one.
I know. I'm looking at Sam, who said, why is Kristian's joke low-key accurate for Sex Lives of College Girls? Kristian, you don't even know how accurate you kind of were.
Really?
Yeah, it's not really a pizza shop, but a coffee shop.
Wow. I didn't, you know that
having sex in weird places too.
Okay. That I had no idea, and I don't even think it's, that's the frame that I chose for that was maybe the only frame of this show I've ever seen.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Ready for this?
This is the one that I think could be for your brother, but also just in general. This was recommended to me by Brad Gilmore. It's Landman. This is a Taylor Sheridan show. And I didn't watch it because I don't know if you remember this, Kristian. There was a commercial that came out for the show with a young blonde girl and Billy Bob Thornton talking about, and that was who was Billy was playing her dad. Young blonde girl's playing the daughter. And she's like, Daddy, I love to give blowjobs.
Whoa.
And he's like, whoa. And she's like, oh, Daddy, it's so silly. Like, it was such a weird clip that I was like, why are these two talking about this? This is so odd. I'm not going to watch the show. And that's all I had seen about it. And I think that was really bad promotion for this show because this show is so good. Like, I am completely obsessed with it. I don't know. It might be his best show yet. Like, it is unbelievable. I couldn't have been more enticed by the characters. Wow. I just loved it. I will give this warning to the liberals in the chat. This is a pretty conservative show. What I mean by that is this show takes a pretty pro-oil stance, and definitely says some things that are just very conservative. I think it's a ridiculously well-written show with great characters, and I love watching it. But if you don't like watching any kind of media that is not very like coastal, not for the coasts, then this isn't for you.
Okay. Then following up right past that one is this one.
Man, this is another one that I'm binging right now. I'm going to let you guys know when I'm finished. I'm on season 2 of this. This was recommended to me by some of my friends in my Discord, Bad Sisters, which is on season 3. And I was looking for something that was a little more of a binge because January can be a little slow with shows. It's on Apple, so you know that I love Apple. I started watching it. It's a murder mystery show. And it's so good. It's so good. It's one of the Apple shows that isn't talked about as much. I have heard some people mention it, but it is an excellent binge. And I'll let you guys know when I'm done, but so far, so good.
Okay. And then there's 2 left.
The Bachelor started last night, and Grant's our new Bachelor. He seems super duper normal. I'm curious how this season goes. There's somebody from my hometown.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a friend of mine from high school's sister. So, and she did really well on the show. She seems to be one of the top like runners. So that's so fun to watch. Okay. And she's so cute. And yeah, he's really handsome. He's really sweet. He says all the right things. He seems like a good guy. I wonder how the season goes.
Mustard.
Yeah. And then the last one.
Obviously, this is going to be on my list every single week. There's never going to be a time where Severance is on air, and I'm not talking about it. My favorite show of the last 10 years. I thought that it was brilliant what they did with the second episode, the way that it lined up perfectly with the first. Kristian, get on it. What are you doing?
Remember what I told you? Beginning of this conversation?
Yeah.
There's a show that I'm all caught up on.
This is it? I
love it. It's great. And I actually have 2 more episodes that are sitting in my email right now that I'm probably going to watch because I love this show.
Sitting in your email. Oh my God. What's happening? It's a ghost.
Stop that. So yes, I love it.
Your phone just tried to go down on you.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't have been the first time. So the email.
That was incredible.
Yeah. It's just it doesn't speak. It doesn't. Used to. Anyway. So there was a really great storyline that you were talking about, and I think you're 100% right. It looks like that's indeed the case, without spoiling anything. And I love how I actually really dig the way that they spaced how they started episode 1 and then how they started, because they easily could have started episode 1 the way they started episode 2. They could have,
or they could have done a 2-night premiere. I mean, a 2-episode premiere where it was all.
I like what they did. Yeah. I really like what they did. I love the show's phenomenal.
So good. So good. I don't understand. Right now, there are people who are diehard TV fans that don't watch this show. It is a must-watch show. It is. I
would say right now, I mean, with everything that's on at least that I'm watching, it's the best show on TV. It's the one, like, you know me, like if I'm casually like wanting to get into things and watching something, it takes me a while. But if I'm like really into it, I'm watching it. Like this
about things that I named, Kristian, when you're talking about must-watch TV.
Yeah.
Nothing's on right now. Landman ended 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Bad Sisters isn't on right now. I just started binging it. Okay, Bachelor, but that's not prestige television.
Yeah.
Sex Life of College Girls, I just talked about the finale. So January always has this dip.
Yeah. It's kind of like the movies too. All right. So now we get to the questions. Roxy.
Yes.
To beat Roca right now, you got, what did I say? You got 76 to beat Roca? I think that's what I said. Let's confirm that.
What am I at?
I'm going to tell you in a moment. I got to double check and make sure that is indeed the number to beat, because then you say the best. So you're the only person that ever says it. Yes, you can beat Roca at 78. You got to beat him at 78. You can beat him, but you got to put up enough in the number to take out Steph and put it out of reach for Steph and Coy, who's returning.
Ooh, return of the Coy once again.
At least I think he is. All right, Armada started Silo last night. 2 episodes in, very dope.
It's very dope.
People love it. It's one of the shows. It's on my list.
Yeah.
Silo reactions on Patreon. Probably not. I have too many different things on. We're doing the MCU reviews in general. I got to get the full reactions on membership and Patreon. I got to do that. And then I just started Squid Game finally after all these years. So I did episode 1, and I'm gonna do episode 2 next. It's got to find the time to do it.
Cool.
Armada. Roxy, did you finish Cross season 1? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I didn't start Cross season 1.
I figured, because I've never heard you talk about it yet.
No, but I think Armada's who brought it up to me in the first place.
Okay.
But I don't hear people talk about this show. Maybe I should watch it.
I've heard he's great.
I have to watch Jackal, because everybody's been telling me Jackal.
Yes,
Jackal.
That I've heard is good. That the Cross show, I've heard that he's great, but the show's okay. That's what I've heard. Now, maybe your tune changes my tune. I don't know. Roman Fedorak. Hey all, Roxy. Hope everything is going all right there. What is one film scene that you've laughed the hardest at? I mean, I always bring up the one when I was younger. I remember laughing so hard at that the Encino Man scene when they're running around. That mascot is standing there for some reason. They move his head around, and I remember just being with my ex-girlfriend watching that and just crying, laughing. It was the funniest thing. That and the Bruce Almighty, Steve Carell scene got me.
Every scene in Role Models, that's why it's one of my favorite movies
Role Models
ever. It cracks me up. A lot of the LARPing stuff just like really sends me. That's my humor, man.
It's a good one. This is Dirty Mother Taslin. What's up, DMT? Thank you, Roxy, for hyping up Silo. I finally subbed to Apple TV since Severance is back, but I ended up watching Silo instead. It's got me on a chokehold.
I know. I at this point should be paid by Apple. I mean, people are always out here, you're a DC shill, you're a Disney shill. I'm an Apple shill.
Yeah.
I am an Apple shill. I feel like I've gotten so many people to watch so many of their shows because their content is elite. So good.
GoPal coming in hot. So I've been rewatching Fubar with Arnold and Academy Award nominee Monica Barbaro. Have you heard anything about the second season other than it's coming? I don't know. What is that?
It's exactly what he just said.
No,
I didn't watch this.
No.
I know about it because you just wrote it. So
I feel like I've seen the beginning of it.
Let's see.
I feel like I've seen the beginning. I remember him being like him coming home with his kids and stuff too, and like, what was he doing? I don't know what he was.
Came out in 2023. A CIA operative on the edge of returnement.
Yeah.
And it's called Back into the Field for one last job.
Okay, I saw the beginning of it. I don't know why I never finished it.
Oh, Fortune Feimster's in it.
Mike Joyce.
Oh,
I know what that show is. I remember when I interviewed Fortune, we actually talked about that show. Mike Joyce, have you recovered from Nosferatu pigeon scene? Talking to you, Rox?
Yeah. Have you seen Nosferatu?
I did. What? Remind me, because that shows you I don't get disturbed by things. What happened with the pigeon?
The only thing that I can remember in the last 10 years that made me actually like feel sick. And I just watched Terrifier.
Oh, is that with the kids?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The guy in the cell. Yeah. Whatever.
I lost my shit. It just, for some reason, that like flipped me.
Wow.
That flipped.
You watched Terrifier, didn't you?
I know.
Oh.
But there was something about the setup where you don't think, and then I couldn't move forward. I was like stuck there for 10 minutes. That was such a crazy moment.
Yeah, it was. I love that movie. Mad Sinister McCall. Roxy, I will go Terrifier on Big Balls if you need me to. Hey, Harloff, I'm in the process of writing a hit song called Justin Baldoni Loves Macaroni. That'll want to go over well.
Man, I just listened to the next part of this saga with Justin Baldoni, the tape that was released, the voicemail.
No, was that pro him or against him?
I don't even know anymore. Like, I think her side might have released. He's like, hey, I don't know. He's like rambling about something, and he's like, it's 2 a.m, so you probably don't want the ramblings of me right now while you've got a baby on your boob. Ha ha ha. Tell Ryan I love him, man. Or so it was like the weirdest voicemail, and I was like, I don't know what we're proving anymore. I'm watching and listening to things of your guys' conversations.
It's gonna be settled. There's no way they're gonna keep doing this.
Do you know when they're being deposed? Do you know when it's going to court?
No, when?
In March.
Okay.
Of 2026.
Oh wow! So there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening leading up to that.
Of 2026.
I don't need this in my life. Jake S. I'm still excited, but am I the only one bothered by the fact they're calling it 28 years later? They skip months. Years should be the 4th movie.
I've never thought about it, but
hasn't the last movie been how many? I mean, I guess how many years ago was the last movie?
Not 28 months.
Well, wasn't? I mean, it was probably closer to 28 years, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so I mean, because they want to be able to. Because I think Cillian Murphy's in it, and other people are in it, so they want to make sure that it makes sense as far as age wise.
I never saw 28 Days Later.
I saw it. Both those movies I'm going to rewatch in the lead up for this because I don't remember them at all. It's going to be like a first time watching for me. And I'll probably watch them with my friend Tina if she hasn't seen them. Nintendo game dude. I worked on Genesis Superman back in 2023, 2024. People need to chill. Real locations, costumes are amazing. It's a small clip. Couldn't agree more.
Altadena strong.
Altadena strong. What is it? Altadenta? Nice.
No, what?
Altadena. I looked at it. I can't see over my damn camera. It's staring me in the face.
Kristian.
I know.
And thank you to who earlier said that they hope everything's okay here. The rain was definitely appreciated.
Oh, did you guys get a lot of rain?
We didn't get a lot, but we did get enough.
Good.
Helpful for us. Yeah.
Good. Roxy, here you go. Fireside reviews. Roxy, let's get one thing straight. You are fantastic. That shade of red is perfect, and you are a luxurious soul. All the haters. Your opinions are fact.
Oh my God. It's the nicest thing anybody ever said to me. I'm
a
luxurious soul.
You are. Sure.
No one ever. I'm so flattered. Look at me, luxurious soul.
There you go. Perfect.
I'm getting my hair done today. I'm excited.
Oh, I would have thought it was already done. Steph DeGhazi, aka the Marvel Man, about the people talking about the Soups TV spot. I wonder what those people's faces would look like around a Mach 1. Exactly. I mean, guy, that's another great point. The guy's flying at a speed that's like, yeah.
Can I show you why I need to get my hair done? So that you can acknowledge and men can understand things.
Okay, Roman Reigns, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Do you see if I go like this right now that I look like a brunette, right?
Yeah.
So you can see where it's grown to, right?
Yeah, I know, but you're not going to like my comment.
But you like it brunette better.
I'd rather you stay brunette.
I know, Mike too. I like brunette better too, but I book more as a blonde.
You say that, but I don't think you've given it a chance.
I did back in the day, but now if I want to change, then I need to get new headshots and a new reel.
I don't know, man.
And I will definitely go back to brown at some point, but I'm going to go red first.
Let me see something. Looking. Yeah, I like it better. All right. Renetta W.
Do you tend to like brunettes better in general, though?
Yes.
Yeah, Mikey too.
Yeah. Renetta W. Support for my girl Roxy. There you go.
Thank you.
RQMD SMD. Support for Roxy. I will wait to see the Superman movie to decide how I feel about it.
RQMD SMD just sent me big support again for fire relief funds.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, Roxy, when is your Real Rejects interview? They've been great.
Greg asked me the end of last year, and we just had not been able to schedule it yet. It's really difficult because I'm working so many hours for them right now.
Yeah.
And Greg is always working so many hours for them.
Trying to schedule it out.
Yeah. Like go to the other studio to shoot it. It's just been, will do it, but it's just been hard.
Yeah. And then makes it more anticipated the more you wait. John Cross, I think that the conservatives that aren't seeing the movie after Mackie's comment, we're not going to go either way. I lean more right, but I'm not there to care about Mackie's words. I just want a cool movie. I mean, that's the mature point of view for sure. But I also think that, look, as Roxy said before, I think that you can be offended at something and it is your right to say, you know what? I wasn't really interested in the movie. And after those comments, I don't really want to see the movie. I think you have every right to say that. I think it's a little too much sometimes to start, saying everybody needs to feel that way. Well, maybe not everybody does feel that way. Maybe some people feel like John Cross. But I think you have the right to say it. That's me.
Yeah.
Oh. Nerds Engaged. Gary Busey and Timothy Chalamet are the only actors to host and sing SNL. I absolutely love that Timothy Chalamet shares that with Gary Busey. Love that.
There's nobody else?
No, I've been the only person for the last 333 years until Mr. Bob Dylan Chalamet came in to sing a little tune with a harmonica bouncing his little 103-pound behind on the stage.
Yeah, only him.
Grammy was trying to tell me that she liked Timothy Chalamet on SNL. And the way that she got there
took a while.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, there's no names anymore that she can pull. It just nouns get lost. She was like, okay, so there was this boy. It doesn't tell me it's a celebrity. There's this boy that I like. He's this boy. He's a Jew. He's this Jewish boy. And he does such a great job. Him and his friend Dylan are so cute. That's how she described it to me.
Dylan.
She meant when he plays Bob Dylan. But what she said was there's this little Jewish boy and his friend Dylan who were so cute. I'm sitting there like, is it our neighbor? She's like, no, not our neighbor. I'm like, somebody I grew up with? She's like,
listen,
no.
Listen, the fact that and what's she, 95 years old?
97.
97. So the fact at 97 years old, she can even put that together. I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between a sandwich and a water bottle.
She's 100% with it. She just doesn't. Growing up, she never knows my name. She never knew she doesn't know anybody's name since I was little. She can know, but she was trying to get to Timothy Chalamet.
Right.
And
you got there eventually.
Oh my God. It was so hard for me. I was like, who the hell are you talking about?
Crystal. DW fan. Amazing reaction to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. These MCU reactions with Sam are amazing. I hope when they relaunch the X-Men, we can get this feeling back. I feel like I hope so too. I mean, especially, look, the Russo brothers are rumored to be taking that over and running it in general. We'll see how they close out with the Avengers. But as far as the reactions go, we put the Guardians of the Galaxy out today. We shot Spider-Man yesterday. That'll be out on Friday. She's coming in today, so we're going to shoot Thor Ragnarok. So that'll probably hit on Saturday. Unless we don't get anything else done this week, because I want to make sure we have something that comes out on Tuesday. So yeah, it's been really good. The reactions have been great, and the Guardians one went really well. She's going to be an absolute mess when Infinity War hits.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you guys.
Dave Mack, thank you, Dave Mack.
Oh yeah,
appreciate that. You're 54. You're not too far away from Roca to beat Roca.
Rolling.
Yeah. Dave Mack. Hey, guys, I love the channel. Thank you, Dave. Roxy, have you seen Dexter Original Sin? I'm loving it. It's a great cast. Cheers from Australia. P.S. I bet Big Balls would love it. Down Under.
It's so strange to me that I was a diehard Dexter fan.
Yeah, and you didn't watch it.
When they came out with the Dexter revival, I watched it.
Yeah, me too.
And Dexter had the worst finale of all time to me.
Yeah.
And I was grateful that the revival, helped with that.
Good.
I don't know why I've had no interest.
I know it's weird that you said it. Same with me. And I hear it's similar to Skeleton Crew. I hear nothing but great things for everybody who watches it.
Good things. So I don't know what's up with me. And I've scrolled by it a couple times thinking, why am I not watching this?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I feel like it's going to pop up on the list soon, and it's going to be on a recommended list from you pretty soon.
Yeah.
And because they're doing another Dexter with him also.
Yeah, I know.
Who just got cast? Somebody big got cast in that. Was it Charlize Theron? Who got cast in Dexter? Oh, it was Uma Thurman. Uma Thurman got cast in the new Dexter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not watching this.
Yeah, I want to see it. Joshua Gonzalez, is Cap 4 going to be good? X for doubt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know that either. But I do know that.
I like that expression. I don't know what it means, but X for doubt.
X for doubt.
Faux show. Faux doubt.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Someone said, wait, Kristian and Roxy are both excited about this movie, but Kristian is saying it's not going to break even. You can be excited for a movie and don't think it's going to break even. That doesn't make any sense. I was excited.
Maybe they're just stating it. Like
no, they said, wait, Kristian and Roxy are both excited about this movie, but Kristian's saying it's not going to break even. What does that mean? I can be excited. I'm excited about every movie, so I'm excited. Every movie that I'm excited about is going to make $1 billion. If that's the case, then people should hire me to get,
Maybe they're confused that I think it might. I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that, but I can tell you that I think that, I don't know. I'm very interested in the movie. I hope I liked Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier more than most.
It's my favorite Disney Plus.
Is it? Okay.
Of the MCU Disney Plus shows. Yeah.
I'm not going that far, but I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah. No.
I loved She-Hulk. I know.
Crystal D.W. fan. I forgot Captain America movie was coming out. Yeah, I know. I think that's the problem, Crystal. I think that's going to be a lot of people that
the little icon of Crystal makes me kind of smile every time. It's so cute.
It is great. I love it. Okay, next one, and this one is from Simply Jeremy. Would you consider posting your Squid Game full-length watch-alongs on Patreon? I know the YouTube reaction algorithm sucks, but I'd love to see your reaction. I am so honored, humbled, the whole deal when it comes to that question, because I get that question now all of the time from people. Hey, would you put the full reactions up on Patreon and memberships? They're offered there. The reason they're not, and if you look at when you go to sign up on either one of those, they're offered there. The question is, and I think it's going to be tomorrow because I'm taking the live show off tomorrow because I'm recording an interview with Joe Piscopo, which is amazing. And during that time that I'm not shooting that interview, I'm going to be working on a whole bunch of different things. And one of those things is some of those full-on reactions that I can start putting up there. So yeah, if you guys want the full Squid Game one, I'll put that up there for sure.
Cool. Kristian, why haven't you put out the clips?
Oh, for Ryan Graves?
Yeah.
No time. It's on.
Where are you going to put them? I've been checking all your channels.
I'm probably going to put them on the UAP channel. Okay. I think what I'm basically going to do is because I love
that interview. Oh,
thank you. I like to put 2 videos up a day on that channel. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a video that I was already going to do, and then I'm going to clip out that interview and put like one up today, one and piece it out over the next couple of days. I will get to it.
Okay.
Crystal DW fan, love that red lipstick, Roxy. What is that brand? It looks good. I don't know.
I have it in. I'll grab it. I can hear you. Let me just grab it.
All right. Hey, support for Roxy. Do you think that the fires will affect movie release dates later in the year? If so, how much of a delay? No, I don't.
Lipland.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Lipland.
Thank you. Most of the studios that I know took 1 or 2 days off of shooting.
Yeah.
So no.
No, it won't delay it. Mike Joyce.
It might delay productions that we're planning on shooting in the Palisades.
Right.
It's something we're planning on shooting and out, and you have to find new locations, but that would probably be like indie productions.
Right. Mike Joyce, now that the Chiefs are so dominant, do you think Roger Goodell will pick on them the same way he picked on Tom Brady, Belichick? I don't know. I think the opposite. It does. Look, I don't usually call on the whole that's shady. I think the NFL, because people have been saying the NFL's been fixed for years. That Bills play was weird looking, man. It was weird looking.
Weird looking.
Did you watch the game with the Bills and
yeah? What did you just say though?
It was a first down, man.
The Bills play. I thought you said.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Bill Belichick was weird looking.
The Bills. The Bills. Like that was weird. That didn't seem like, oh, the refs blew that call. That was weird. And I was like, and I don't usually do that whole like, oh yeah, sure, the NFL's fixed. Yeah.
I hear you.
That was weird. And Roka said it too. They want Taylor Swift at the game. They want her at the Super Bowl. And I agree. And I mean, those teams are so dull. Who cares about these people anymore? Patrick Mahomes, oh my God, hit me over the head and beat me to death with a water bottle.
Just to answer the question though, you and I both don't think that they're going to get picked on the way that Brady and Belichick did.
No, not at all. Kenya King, Roxy, which Nightmare Elm Street had your favorite Freddy look?
Well, most of them are the same.
I love the third movie is probably my favorite one. Was it Dream Warriors? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Love that one. How sweet, fresh meat. So good.
I mean, he looked other than in the sequel, Freddy looked the same. Didn't he?
I think so. For the most part. Crystal DW fan. Hey, Roxy, any tips to help friends that are Jewish after a certain someone did a gesture? People are worried it's going to get worse. Are there any tips?
Man, it's so crazy. Again, this isn't the show for this, but yesterday was the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. And I don't know how we got here. We're not back to where we were, but it's just it's just crazy what's going on out there. I don't think it's a tip that's different now than would have been 5 years ago. I don't think that what Elon did makes me give any different tips, but I just think it's nice for your Jewish friends to know you support them in little ways. Like I really appreciate when my friends text me if it's Passover or if it's Hanukkah and they say happy holiday or whatever. So that just makes me know like they're okay with the fact that I'm Jewish, or, if any like things happen in the Jewish community, like If there's been something in my neighborhood, there's been a couple of murders of Jews that were walking that were being able to be identified as Jewish, and they'll reach out and say, checking in on you, hope you're okay. Things like that I think are really nice, so that you just know somebody's kind of got your back. And yeah,
that's a great answer. Follow that up with Prady BK. For me, Pizza Hut represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term pizza should be one of those things.
that is a funny response. That
response.
Is why it kind of took me a second to understand what he was saying, because it's like,
it's called Captain America.
yeah.
I know.
And it's not our world, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a great response to it.
Yeah.
Legend M600, great supporter of the channel, now has become a member of the channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's great. Roxy, you're 15 away from tying Roca with about a half an hour left.
Yeah, but we got to do better than that, because that won't stand through Thursday, Friday.
We'll see. Crystal, I don't understand why people are mad about Superman, because people get mad about everything, Crystal, one way or another.
It's so hard to be a reasonable, rational human being and see people pissed off about something that doesn't make sense to you. It won't make sense to you, because how could you understand that? How could you understand somebody being legitimately mad about that?
Oh, you don't understand. I was so thrown off from. It took me a bit to understand it. I mean, now it's like it's old hat, but like it was 2000. I think the first time was. It might have been Man of Steel. I loved the movie. Ellis did not like it. And he was murdered in the comments of our Schmoes No review. Now, that sounds like, oh, yeah, well, that's just what happens. That was very foreign to us. We had never seen anything like that kind of vitriol before. we had never seen anyone turn on either one of us at that point.
What was it about?
He just didn't like Man of Steel. And he said, I don't know if it was the trailer or the review. I can't remember what it was. And it happened again a couple different times with DC movies or something. And so wrongfully, we thought, well, this is just the DC fan base. Because at the time, Star Wars and Marvel, it was like walking around and eating before the apple was bitten. And it's like, so I'm like, oh, okay. And then here is Force Awakens comes out. People are skipping, holding hands, doing all that. And then when that came out, that the Last Jedi came out, and everything just flipped on its head, and like people were just turning on us and everything. I was like, holy crap! Like that was just like a complete. I didn't know, it was foreign to me.
Yeah,
that people could get mad about movies that way. And now it's like, people just get mad about everything that way. So to me, it's like just kind of like a hardened vet. I think at this point.
Yeah,
so I love that hide button. I love that hide button. It's the best thing YouTube ever did.
It is so odd to be mad
about movies.
It's so odd.
Yeah, hateful it's weird to be like, be passionate about it. That's one thing, but hateful is weird.
To love something so strongly or to not like it. Yeah, but to be mad about it,
it's weird. Trey Porter, love the trailer reactions to Sinners. Thank you. I'm in the same boat as you were. Although I love the trailer, it has me more amped for the movie. They definitely showed too much. Still excited though. Yeah. So you watched the trailer before we started, Roxy. What'd you think of the trailer?
It did. I saw a lot of people upset with how much it showed.
It showed too much.
And so I thought that the trailer looked great. Like I think the movie was great. I loved how the first trailer didn't do this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm with you. I was like, it had so much mystery behind it. And I'm like, okay, they showed the vampire. That's it. Then they showed me who's going to be a vampire. And then they showed me again someone else that was going to be a vampire. I'm like, no. I'm like, and I said in my trailer reaction, I'm like, unless that was deliberate. And they're like, no, we want you to know all this because of this. But it seemed like they showed everything that happened. And I'm like, Coogler couldn't have been okay with that.
I wonder if the studio was just like, nobody, after the first trailer, nobody knows this is a vampire movie. You have to change.
I would not bet against that logic. I think that is exactly what happened. I think that is exact, and I think Coogler, because people don't understand, the director does not have the say to say, like, if the studio it's the studio's movie.
Yeah.
If the studio wants to cut a trailer that way, they hire a trailer place to cut the trailer, and they go, yeah, that's the one we want. And Ryan Coogler could be like, what are you guys doing? And everyone just goes, well, that's the trailer he wanted. And there are some directors that get the approval on stuff like that, but it's not as often as you think.
Yeah. It is strange how much they are willing to show people. I really try not to watch trailers unless I'm talking about
Doing
them
one on
on
the
the
show or something, right?
Yeah, because
Because of what happened today. Yeah, totally. I don't blame you. Hey, Roxy, did you watch Banshee? You did watch that show. I know you love that show. No,
No, I didn't watch Banshee.
Oh, who
Everyone
was-
loves Banshee.
Okay, the main antagonist was just cast as Senestro, and Homelander was the main protagonist. Who
People love Banshee.
loved that show? Yeah,
Was it Kate that loved it?
I know Makuga loved it.
Have you
I don't-
spoken to Kate?
Yeah, I was texting with her like a couple weeks ago. She's doing good. She's doing good. It's hard to get her on the show now because she's working during this time, so it's hard to get her. But she's doing well. Her kids, or youngest, and her watch wrestling together, so they were texting back and forth with me about wrestling.
Cute.
Yeah. I think you're going to beat Roka today. You're at 73 already.
Let's go.
Pete Parker 2288. What are the chances that Roxy likes big cojones more than big balls? Big cojones is Roka's version of big balls. Roxy, did you ever watch Landman? Best show I've seen in a while. She was on her list today. It was on her list. I think that he put that in there before your.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Let me tell you this.
Yes.
This is the friendliest thing Pete Parker has said about me or to me in months.
Really?
This mofo in the comments is so vicious to me. all the
Vicious?
time.
Pete Parker?
He's just not nice.
Okay, but vicious?
All of the time. No, not. I take it personally because he says really not nice things about me.
Okay. But this
all of the time.
All right.
This
Well,
was nice.
that was
Stay
nice.
on this track. Let's
right.
just be cool, Pete Parker. Don't be so weird.
Go, pal. Otherwise, she'll give your secret identity away. Go, pal.
Yes.
Interesting. I never saw Lucas Hood in Homelander, but rewatching Banshee, I could see a lot of Homelander expressions on Lucas Hood's face.
Huh.
Yeah, I've got to see that show. I still haven't caught up to the last season of The Boys. I got to do that too.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I know. Did you see Alien Earth teaser? Looks great. Ewok. No, I have not. And that's a TV show. Where is that on? Is that a Hulu show?
I don't know.
I would assume so. No, maybe not. Yeah, Disney Plus, maybe. Crystal DW fan Roxy, you are so stinking cute. Oh yeah, do you want to? Should we tell the update on that story or no?
The update is I was sitting with Steph, who you told the story to.
Yes.
And she was like, "Oh my God, Roxy," because usually she knows me as somebody who's a really good texter.
That's what she said. She said you're like the best.
I am a pretty good flirty
flirter.
texter,
Yeah,
but I just have been not for years. Like I've just really been living.
Been off your game. Been off your game.
So we all agree it was not a good text.
The text. I didn't mind the text. I just didn't like that part of the text. The text itself
is so weird. We all agree.
Yeah,
I wasn't coming on the show to defend it. I was coming on because I realized what I had sent, and I was like, "You guys will never believe what I said. That was so silly." But anyway, I was sitting with her, and she was like, "Did you try to unsend it?" I was like, "You can't unsend it." She was like, "Yeah, you can," and then I could. So I did.
So you did. Okay, good. So what? But what if? But here's the problem now. At least for me, I would in my head. I'm like, well, what if that guy would have seen that?
But I unsent it on Friday.
So you think somebody has seen it?
I sent it on Sunday.
All right.
That's a long time.
Maybe. Go, pal. I'm also speaking of cliffhangers. It was good. I rewatched The Recruit last week because I didn't remember the cliffhanger that well. Season 2. I love Go Pal's. Go Pal watches a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of stuff. He's a lot of different stuff, and he's a big Dune guy too. So I love every time he chimes in.
That's cool.
Yeah, Randall W. It's not Randall. It's already a risky proposition to spend a decade making people love a character like Cap, then just switching the mantle to someone else and expect them to buy in. Movies aren't comics. I mean, that he's not wrong, But
I feel like it wasn't just switching.
It wasn't just anybody. It wasn't just anybody. And Sam was his right hand guy forever, and they kind of set that up in the way that they set it up in Endgame. And Sam. I mean, I'm watching the rewatch with my Sam, and we're like, Anthony Mackie's great in those movies, and the role of Sam and the way it plays is you could understand why the mantle would be passed to him. The story itself, the way it's playing, it's just I don't have an issue with that. I think that he earned it. I don't think it was forced. I really don't. I just don't love the way that he chose to say those comments. I think he should have chosen his words better. Yeah. Jacob Tizano, you should try reacting to Invincible with season 3 coming out soon. It being a comic book show might do pretty well. I'm not opposed to it. It's so funny because I was literally an executive at the company when the show debuted at Skybound, and I just didn't have any time to watch it.
You have Rejects. I think it does pretty well for them.
Yeah, I think it probably does. I mean, people love that show, but that doesn't always transfer over. I mean, Squid Game does incredible for them, and I mean, granted, they put it out at the time when the show, they're up to date with it. I just put Squid Game episode 1 out, season 1, and it ate a pile of duty. So let's see. This is the next one, which is Prady, BK. People might not like change. People might not change their mind just because of what Mackie said, but conservatives are very good at getting behind a boycott. Look what they did with Bud Light. They bought the entire company to its knees. You're not wrong. That's why. I mean, look, it's a different. I mean, maybe it's not. I don't know, but it depends on how powerful that thing gets. Whether it's right or wrong is not the conversation. The fact that it can happen, right, is my reasoning of going. Be careful what you say. Because we don't need this in our life. We need to try to make money on this movie.
Yeah, so, I've said such dumb shit before, man.
I know. We all have. Stephanie Litz didn't love Silos season 2. Last scene was a weird ending, in my opinion.
Bummer.
Disagree?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay. John Lee. Hey, Roxy, did you watch any of Industry yet? Was one of my current faves. Also, did you ever watch The Shield on FX? That I watched the whole thing. I love The Shield. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Because you were buddies with Chickless, weren't you?
Yeah. For the first part of the question, I binged all of Industry over December.
Oh, okay.
The show is excellent. Absolutely love it. So good. Kind of surprised it doesn't get more love come Emmy season, but it is so sexually explicit that I feel like it almost like soap opera-y sometimes, but I do love the show. Michael's daughter, Autumn Chickless, and I are friends. She was an AfterBuzz host, and Michael's absolutely lovely. He's close with Maria Menounos, the founder of AfterBuzz. So we've spent a little time together. I've never seen The Shield.
You've never seen The Shield? Wow.
No.
It's incredible. It's got Walton Goggins. It's great. It's great. Bradley Pooper. Hey, Roxy needs to be in everything. Roxy makes everything better. Roxy inspires me to be a better person. What are some of your favorite movies of 2024? I'm
the cutest thing ever.
I'm gonna answer for Roxy. Wicked. My Old Ass. And not Dune 2.
Is that yours?
Dune 2 is my number 1, yeah.
Number 1?
Well, those 2 for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. What's your most anticipated TV shows for 2025, Roxy? Crystal D. That's what. Yeah, that was even before it came out, right? Yeah.
Silo when it comes back in December.
Yeah.
Morning show. So all the Apple shows. What are they doing with the Ted Lasso spinoff?
Sure. Oh, I don't know if it's going to happen, but we got to find your schedule if it does. I might get Juno Temple, and if I do, you have to do it with me.
I'll wear my hair up in the way she does.
So
I love her.
So
I'm
waiting to see if I do. We've got to. I'll give.
I love her.
I know you do. So I want you to do it. AJ, you guys have to watch Severance, super original. Oh yeah, we've both seen it. We love it.
Yeah,
we love it. Both. Yeah, it's my favorite show on TV right now for sure.
Yeah.
Crystal,
so
March 2026.
Whatever they do with Shogun when that comes back, I'm excited for to see what happens there.
March 2026. Why do things take so long? I think she's talking about the Baldoni thing.
I know that. How crazy is that? Like, what are we supposed to? I mean, it's not about us, but what are they supposed to do until then? They're just
Bradley
not going to be casting anything.
No, but Bradley Pooper is chiming in, says, "Pretty please get Brett back. The cranky guy sucks."
What's up with Brett?
Brett's been busy, and then he's been sick. I actually reached out to him yesterday. I was going to surprise you and put him on the show today, but he's still not feeling well, so we're trying to get him back next week. But
am I missing something?
He doesn't like you.
Yeah, did I piss in his cereal?
I mean, it would be a neat trick from digital. Josh Needle could not imagine caring about a 2-second totally fine Superman shot or Mackie's comments. Complete nothing burgers. People need to go outside. Yeah.
Touch grass.
That's a new one, right? That's another term that people have been taking on. Okay. Here's a question for you, Roxy. When do you think that term Karen started? What if you were going to guess?
Well, most things start in either the Black or queer communities that are cool.
What year? I meant year.
Yeah,
What
no,
year?
I know. So I'm
Okay.
thinking probably, and then it takes about a decade to get to any of the rest of us. So I would say probably about 15 years ago.
No, it's probably around the 2018, 2019 area is when it started to pop, because I was watching.
That's when it popped, but I'm just saying when it started.
Because I was watching Spider-Man No Way Home. No, not No Way Home. Homecoming. Yeah. Well, they call the Jennifer Connelly version of Jarvis. He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna call you Karen." He wasn't doing it as a joke. It wasn't, and at the time, I remember there were no laughs in the theater when he called it that. I remember sitting in that theater. That would have been a big laugh if that happened, and it wasn't. So it happened after that. Richard Okatora, support for Roxy. Have a great day.
Thanks, man.
What a nice positive comment.
Very sweet.
Angel, for the Roxy Luxurious Appreciation Hour. You are a constant friendly voice during the pandemic chaos, and I will never forget that. Thank you.
That's so nice. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are being really cool to me today, and I really appreciate it.
I want you to win the week.
Thank
Gator
you.
McCluskey, if you guys were happily married to one another, what amount of money would you require for an indecent proposal from Michael Douglas?
What's that mean?
You've never seen
No.
Well, if Michael Douglas at his age now,
But
I don't
what's
think
it
Roxy
mean?
would do
What's it
it.
mean?
So Indecent Proposal, the movie was Demi Moore is married to Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
And Robert Redford, I think it's $1 million, offers Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore $1 million for him to spend the night with Demi Moore.
Oh, interesting.
And they go through it and they have a conversation for a while to see if it, because they're kind of like, they're kind of down on their luck, and they discuss it and they talk about it for a bit.
So the question is, if Kristian and I were married, how much money would we accept for Michael Douglas to have sex with me?
For the night, would I let what? And it's spending the night for a week with Michael Douglas. What I had, like, whether it was Roxy or anybody, I don't think I'd be able to do it in the same way that, I don't want to spoil the movie, but it's a 30-year-old movie.
But Kristian, that can't be true for $100 million.
I don't know, man.
For $100 million.
I don't know, man. It's like, is it worth it? Like, because what you're essentially doing is you're essentially giving up your marriage and that trust bond that is there, regardless if you agree on it at all.
But you're saying it doesn't have to be sex. So if you trust your
if it's yes, but if it's required, if there's two questions, if it is like, okay, I want to spend a romantic night with your wife. Let's say that's what it is, because essentially what's implied inside of this whole thing. You're not asking me if I would take $100 million to let that happen. You're asking me if I pay $100 million to no longer have the same emotional bond that I have with my wife anymore, and I don't think that's worth it.
Why wouldn't you have the same emotional bond?
You just wouldn't. You just wouldn't have the same bond.
I feel so differently.
Yeah, I just don't think you have the same
so
bond.
differently. Like the thing is, I don't think I would take any amount of money in the world to have sex with anybody.
Let's reverse it. Okay. So
to have my husband spend the night with somebody?
That's what I'm going to ask you. Okay. So you and I are married, and Julia Roberts comes in and says, Julia Roberts, you know the way I feel about you.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts comes in and says, okay, I'm going to offer you both $20 million to have one night with Kristian. You would say, go ahead, do it.
And you'll tell me what happened? Like, I get to know about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it depends on how much I'm hurting. If I'm a multimillionaire, then no. But if I'm me right now, like struggling every day.
It's so easy to say at that point, because we're like, you're like my sister and I'm like your brother. So like to us, we're like,
somebody's like, I'll give you $1 million. To,
right.
Like,
go ahead. Yeah, right.
No,
so
because I know it would break up your family, so I wouldn't take $1 million for you to sleep with somebody else. But
right, I know what you're saying. Joey Pedras, what film or TV show do you think the most memorable marketing campaign? Oh shoot, there's something. I'll tell you, The Fall Guy had a great one. It's because it's so memorable. It didn't do anything with the movie, but it had a really good one. Fall Guy had a good one.
I don't have a good answer to this. I like what Severance has been doing.
Severance, the thing in the subway station.
Yeah, I think that it's been cool what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, think about that.
This isn't answering this question at all, but you know what I just went back and rewatched all of was Michael Che and what is ScarJo's husband's name?
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost. Jesus Christ, I could not just come up with Colin Jost, and I love him. Their Christmas weekend updates where they write jokes for each other.
Oh, it's the best.
I just went back and watched all of them because
They're hilarious.
I don't know why I was like on a binge. That's my favorite. They should put that out there as more of a marketing campaign for SNL.
Yeah,
it's the best part of SNL all year.
It's the best.
So
all right. Joe Frisbee. After MCU, Sam should do Lord of the Rings to take heat off Roxy. Also, because Sam scoffed at it so hard when you mentioned it. Much love to all. Still miss Brett. Yeah. So Brett will be back. Don't worry about that. As far as Lord of the Rings, look, this is our plan with Sam because
the Sam plan.
Yeah, the Sam plan. We're going to be tied up in MCU for quite a bit. We're going to do the Spider-Man movies. We're going to do some of the shows. After that, we're going to do the X-Men movies. So that's going to take us through the mid-year at least. And then my plan is to try to get her to watch Lord of the Rings and Star Wars because she's never seen either one.
Whoa, Star Wars.
I know, but she doesn't want to watch either one.
How would you watch Star Wars?
I'd probably go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then the other ones.
You think?
Yeah, because I want her to stick around.
Yeah,
I want her to stick around, so I'd probably start with those, but we'll see.
It'd be kind of interesting for somebody watching the first time to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I know. I don't know yet. I gotta see. Crystal DW fan, do we think Superman will make $1 billion? It's got a good shot. If it's really good, yes, it's got a good shot. Don't know yet, but it's got a good shot.
I think if it gun to my head, yes or no, I think yes.
Let's see for the next one here. I want to double check something. I want to see if I don't know what that is.
We'll just wait while you check.
Yes, please. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next one here, and this is Fascia Bruta. So, Kristian, you should reach out to have Sean Baker interview. He's so cool and he's incredibly engaging. He's an East Coast guy living in LA. We'd have to have him virtually.
That would be amazing.
I have to have him virtually. But yeah, I mean, that'd be great. And Pete Parker, why is She-Hulk your number one show of all time? Because I like to torture myself.
Was he talking to me?
No, he's talking to me. He knows that I don't like the show.
No, I just said She-Hulk was my favorite.
Yeah, and I went, oof.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's not my number one favorite of all time.
No, he's not saying. He's talking to me. He's being sarcastic. Marcus M. I see what they're trying to do with Anthony Mackie for Black History Month, but he's not Chadwick Boseman, respectfully.
I don't know what that means at all.
I think because they also, that movie Black Panther also came out in February when so I think that when they put it out at that time, you know, the comparisons are going to be there. Unfairly.
Yeah, but Anthony Mackie is unbelievably talented.
He's really good. Yeah. I think that sometimes he does. You were saying the other day, like, it's not that he does this. He sometimes he comes off a little. I don't think pompous is the right word, but I think sometimes he comes off a little rough. I think because like
in interviews, or you're talking about on screen?
No. On screen, he's brilliant. I think that the one thing that I remember was that, and look, Frosty definitely has his naysayers in Collider, you know, and I'm friends with Frosty, and I think Frosty not everybody loves Frosty, right? But there's that interview that he had with Frosty about like Superman and about Man of Steel, and Frosty said, "I like Man of Steel," and Anthony was like, "You're crazy. You're crazy." He's like, "If you review movies, you shouldn't review movies. You think that movie's good," and that's kind of like what we were talking about with people in general. It's like, that's why he likes the movie. It's like you're the star of another movie. I mean, you can't talk to people that way, especially in person. But that was that particular thing. I think that since then he has done a lot of different things, but I don't know. Chadwick Boseman just had such a different vibe, man. Like I've never interviewed Anthony Mackie, so I can't say, but I did interview Chadwick Boseman, and he was just a different type of dude. Just a different type of dude. Okay.
Yeah, but in the way that Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are different types.
Sure.
Of like,
Sure.
yeah.
No. Sure. I don't disagree. We got about 10 minutes left. So do you have 10 minutes left?
Like 7.
7 minutes. Okay. You tell me when you got to go. So we got to try. So you're at 99, by the way. So you've beaten Roca, and then you're in a good position here.
Let's
real
go.
Red 5. I just cracked open Star Wars Bloodline, and Claudia Gray needs to be in a writer's room. And please get some tissues for the lovely Sam so she doesn't use her sleeve. I already considered it, by the way. I'm going to bring tissues in here for.
You don't have tissues?
I do, but not like paper towels. I need actual tissues.
Yeah.
Bobby Jackson. Black audiences showed up for Black Panther, but I don't know if it's going to be that way for Cap. Wonder if some might see Falcon as a sellout from representing an America they don't feel includes them. Well, maybe that's why he said what he did. You know, maybe that's what he was. Maybe there was more thought into that than we're giving him credit to. I don't know. Maybe he thinks what Bobby's saying there.
Interesting point, Bobby.
It is a good point.
And maybe what he did was smart marketing for all we know. Maybe he's trying to tell people like, hey, I'm with you, but this isn't that. I don't know.
Ewok, what will and should win Best Picture at the Oscars?
What do you think the answer to this is?
I think Amelia Perez is going to win. I haven't seen Brutalist. But I feel like that's the one. I mean, what do I think should win? I think Dune 2 should win. But realistically, Dune 2, from everything that I've heard on Buzz and all that too, I think that Brutalist should win from all the buzz and what everyone's talking about. Did you see that one yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, everyone.
It's getting a lot of heat for that.
I know the AI thing. That's why I think there's a possibility that it won't. But I don't know.
I think that Wicked should win, and I know you disagree, Christian, and that it wasn't your favorite movie.
No. That's not true. I liked Wicked a lot.
I just said it wasn't your favorite.
It wasn't my favorite, but I would rather that win than Amelia Perez. To be honest, I haven't seen that.
Just because of like all of the live scenes that they did.
Yeah. He should have been nominated.
Step in. I think it should win. I don't think that it will. I think it will be a really big problem if Amelia Perez wins because people hate it. I mean, like
I know it's like Crash now. I know it's crazy. That's why I think they're gonna put their. I think they're gonna. Put
it would be so fun if Honora won. That would be so
no
fun.
Chance. Yeah, no chance.
I think there's no chance too, but what a fun year that would be.
I know. Crystal DW fan. Other than Daredevil, were there any Netflix MCU characters that will come to TV or movies? I hope Jessica Jones would come over. Well, I mean, we already know Punisher. For sure.
I love Jessica Jones so much. That would be amazing.
I think Luke Cage will show up.
Really?
Yeah. I think sooner than later. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Joey Pedros here in Jersey.
Mike Coulter?
Yes. Yeah. Here in Jersey, Netflix, Lionsgate, and others are building multi-million-dollar studios. Could the East Coast film industry overtake the West in the next decade? I mean, no, because of the weather. But I do, and it's not even being funny. I'm serious.
No, of course, that's absolutely. Yeah. Anything that's shot outside, it's just too difficult with the weather, and obviously we have horrible things going on here too. But I don't think that it will ever be able to do that. The only place that could rival would really be like Florida, and that's not what they're doing.
Now studios are studios, and you could shoot a bunch of stuff in the studios themselves, but if you're doing location stuff, you still got to be on location to wherever you're going to go. But I mean, I think that it'll get more. I think you'll get more work there, but I don't know if it'll overtake it.
Jersey right now specifically has the best tax credits of any state for films, so they're doing a really great job. It makes sense why people are building studios there, and so many things right now are being shot in Atlanta and Nashville, in Toronto and Quebec. I mean, all over the place. But no, LA. I think LA.
Jim 1. Will movies change dates if GTA 6 comes out in 2025? No. Grand Theft Auto rocks. No,
I know what it is, but
okay.
I don't know what it means if movie will.
Well, because it's going to be so popular that because people can pause the game and go see a movie and come back. No.
Wait, but what? I don't get the question. Well, what?
It's the same, because if they announce when that game is coming out, will it take away business because people will be playing it?
From the movies?
From the movies, yeah. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do not think so.
Top dog, RLG. Roxy is going full stinking cute with that red look. Kristian, I started watching you and Sam's reactions to the MC movies. They're brilliant. Thank you. You two have my sides hurting in some of them. Thank you.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I love that we did. There's a lot of that's what she said jokes in there for sure.
That's great.
Yeah. Go Pal. I heard Fallout had to stop filming season 2 for the fires. Had they been able to go back? I think what Roxy said earlier. I think there are a lot of people who stopped for a few days and then went back. Yeah. Yeah. Crystal. Thank you. Super sticker. Roxy pushing at 105 right now. Crushing. Putting a good number up. Mike Joyce. Dorina was great on the Wangers last night. Will the World Girls or you and Steph individually ever guest there on, I guess, on Wangers?
I would love to. I have to say, I think this is a me problem. They've invited me on the show, and the time that they tape and where they tape is just so difficult for me to get to. But I really want to try to make it work. If they ask me again, I'm going to really try. I like them a lot.
Sven Orpheus. Wicked is so great. It makes me want to live 100 years. It plays in my house all the damn time. Richard Allen. Before The Cell and Inception, my guilty pleasure is Dreamscape. Oh, yeah. Is Dreamscape the one with Ed Furlong? Is that the one that I think that's the one with Ed Furlong? I watched that many times. It needs a remake. Is that the one I'm thinking of, or the Dennis Quaid one? I can't remember. Political horror thriller. I think that one of the two. Dreamscape might be the one with Dennis Quaid. I'm thinking a Brain Scan was the Edward Furlong one. Never mind. But the other one was Dennis Quaid. Support for Roxy from RQ. Crystal with a super sticker. Throwing tons of super stickers here for Crystal. Trying to push you over the limit here. And then GoPal, do you use XLR mics and audio interface or USB? I use on these XLR for the Rodecaster. That's what I use.
Man, I have one, but I still haven't figured out how to set it up.
Yeah, we gotta get Brett over there still. All right, trying to do this before Roxy needs to leave us. And I think we only have a couple left. RQ still supporting, going for that 100. Will you clear the 100 for sure? Captain Penis is here. Why are Roca and Kalinowski so miserable? They're not miserable. They're passionate. They're passionate. Mike's not miserable. Passionate. RQ.
Do you think Roca is?
No, they're both passionate. I said.
He said passionate. Mike's not miserable.
Oh no, because Mike can play miserable. I don't even think that. Pancakes or waffles, says JCSC. I think pancakes might, because I probably would have said waffles years ago, but my family is pancakes.
Pancakes.
Yeah. Mike Joyce, how's your niece doing, Auntie Roxy?
Oh my God, she's so
melon, right?
cute. I am obsessed. That's what I FaceTime every single day. This is what I do when she picks up. I say Roxy, because I want.
You wanted to know the first words to be Roxy. It's so great. I love that. So you. That's so you. Evander, this is a great comment. I'm sorry, but the show looks weird today. Are you guys CGI? Yes, we are. Yeah, exactly. Pretty BK. The president through the White House press secretary just announced that the New Jersey drones had FAA approval and they were military test flights. Interesting.
I got to look into that.
I got to look into that.
On that.
Yeah, I got to look at that.
That would be crazy if they claimed they didn't know what was going on this long.
And then they did. I know. Fabian Fargus. Roxy, loving all that you're doing in LA. Beautiful inside and outside. Keep it going, guys. Okay, let's see. Crystal. Confession. I've never seen Star Wars. Too busy watching Doctor Who. Oh man, you got to get on that. You got to get on to the Star Wars one. All right, Rox, almost done. So, and they've taken you over to 108 already. Woo-hoo! Yay, we beat Roca. Eat that, Roca. Hashtag beat Roca. Support for Roxy, says RQ. Great show today. Thank you so much. And I think we're coming to the end here as we get to Legend MM600. Roxy looks so hot today. Love you both. Thank you, Legend.
Wow,
Sven,
you like the red lip. Cool. Thanks.
Sven, thank you for the VIA promo code gummies. They're coming back because you guys kept getting them. They're coming back. PLD. I was recording so I can make it now. Please tell me Roxy B. Roca. She murdered 108 so far. She murdered. And then here's the pout law. I swallow that, but can't choke this down. Stop that pout law. He only did one yesterday. He got scared of Roca and he ran away. Evander, question for both of you. You can choose only one. What's your favorite movie score? Mine is Interstellar. I can't live without it. Roxy, earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Oh, it's going to be a Mel Gibson movie?
Earmuffs.
It's Braveheart?
Yeah, Braveheart score.
You're going to love the score. I don't know.
Okay. You think about it while I'll do this. You can answer with the other one. I am Jax 12. Yo, Roxy, the red is fire. Friggin' Mary Poppins. People love that. The lipstick's crushing today.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Chimney.
Yeah. Better Young Cast. Stranger Things or Cobra Kai? Oh, I hate to say it, but Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
There's so many people in Cobra Kai.
I know.
So many.
I know so many. The Vitamin Dealer. Roxy's my YouTube crush. Stinking cute. Well, there you go. That was it.
I think the word is vitamin.
What a way to end.
The
vitamin dealer. What did I say?
The vitamin dealer.
The vitamin dealer. The vitamin dealer makes a lot more sense that you say it that way. The vitamin dealer. Could have ended on that one, but we're gonna end on this one. Roxy, any follow up on the stinking cute guy? Yeah, she answered it before. She deleted the message. She deleted it, and
Run
so the
and
guy's never
hide.
gonna see it. I know. Run and hide. Roxy, you had a great showing here today by yourself. Didn't need Mike to do it. 110. And we even got an indecent proposal question.
Yeah.
So there you go. I said it with the Queen's English, 100% did, the vitamin dealer.
Vitamin dealer.
I actually like the vitamin dealer a lot better. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, Roxy, for being here. Now you got to be able to take out Steph and Capes and Cowls. We'll see if you can do it at 110. Thank you. And Rox, where can they find you?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer. We have one more, Kristian.
You do. I see it. I see it. What's your all-time? This is from Ewok. What's your all-time favorite trailer for a movie?
Sorry.
It's a hard one to do. Absolute trailer. I mean, I will tell you, the Phantom Menace had a great trailer. So I'll probably say that one.
I really liked I Got 5 on It.
Nice.
What's the Jordan Peele trailer?
It was a good one.
So
shoot.
good.
Not Nope.
No, I can't think of the name of the movie.
Oh, Get Out.
Thank you. No,
it wasn't Get Out. The other, shoot, the one that we scared Makuga with. Us, yes.
that was a great trailer.
Do you remember when we scared Makuga?
Yes, that was amazing. I still have those scissors. They don't cut though.
I had them. I had them somewhere. All right. Well, we did it. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Please go and check out the new reactions that we have on the channel. We got Guardians. We got Spider-Man coming on Friday. We have the Squid Game one. Tons of other things coming out. So thanks for being here today. And don't forget to check out my reaction to the trailer that I did today from the new Ryan Coogler movie, Sinners. All right. For myself and Roxy Stryer, we'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.